information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, for brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air,
and electrical.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Step into the world of gymnastics with Nebraska women's gymnast and Canadian world team member, Emma Spence.
She got a bronze in the all-arounder, bronze on beam. And who knows if she'll get another medal. But that was a very confident performance.
This is Beyond the Routine with Spence.
Hitting all her handstands, connecting all her release moves, and landing that dismount. That's Emma Spence for you.
Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, Emma Spence.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence, and tonight I'm going solo for this show. I actually haven't done a solo show in a very long time, so this will be fun, but I do have my amazing producer, Harrison, here with me, so we'll be chatting back and forth probably most of the show. So, Harrison, you're my guest tonight.
That works. And who knows, maybe an impromptu guest.
We'll see.
As well.
That happens sometimes with me. So, keeping things interesting, as always. Well, I feel like to start off this show, when I have guests on here, I don't usually talk about, like, I guess myself, because I'm usually just, like, interviewing other people. So, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll start doing like a little brief intro about myself and my background if you guys don't know about me, or I guess who I am. So, where do I even begin? Basically, I was on the Nebraska gymnastics team. That's how I ended up coming to Nebraska. I was on the team from 2021 to 2025. So I graduated last May. I went to school doing, my major was communication studies with minors in education and psychology. Before that, I'm originally from Canada. My hometown is called Cambridge, It's pretty southern Ontario. So usually when I talk to my American friends, I'll say it's 2 hours from the Detroit border. So pretty south for Canada, but still pretty cold. And I did gymnastics there since I was 7 years old.
Homeschooled?
No, actually.
Oh, that's right.
No. So, okay, another fun fact about me, I guess, is that my first language is French. So I started speaking English when I was like 4 years old or so, but I lived in an English province. Well, Ontario's kind of both.
Somewhat mixed, like
It's-
language wise.
Yeah, I'd say honestly more northern Ontario is more French, but my parents are from northern Ontario, so my mom kind of taught me French first.
So can you still speak like totally fluent French, or have you lost it a little bit?
I've lost my accent. So
Okay.
like when I speak French now, it's kind of more like
Americanized.
Americanized. But like I fully understand it still and like read it like no problem.
How much different is the accent from
It's-
America to Canadian French?
It's just like less fluid.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, like it's just a little choppy.
So if you go home, do friends and family give you rough
Um,
about it?
I don't really speak French at home, honestly. Like the only times I really do is when I go to like an event that's pretty bilingual.
But even
'cause-
just speaking English, like even
Yeah.
if you're picking up slang or stuff like that, do they give
Oh,
you some
like
weird
American?
looks?
Yes. Yes. Like every time I go home, like someone's like, "You sound American now." I'm like, "What?" So that's kind of crazy. But okay, where I was going with that is no, I went to school, but I went to school in all French. So my school, everything that I did, like math, science, everything from kindergarten to grade 12, all my courses were in French. So that was interesting when I got here. And honestly, I thought it'd be fine because I speak English all the time. But when I started doing like math and biology and like getting into those like complex, I guess, courses, I was like, wow, it's actually very different because the terminology and stuff was like a different word. So studying for like my bio exam, I was like kind of relearning it in the different language, which was harder than I thought it would be. But another thing that was kind of funny was that when I came here, I wrote like my first English essay. So I did like English class back in Canada, but it was like, it wasn't as advanced as like a regular English class here.
So what were
'Cause,
you doing? Just
like we would read stuff, like read articles and like write papers, but the requirements for the paper weren't as, I guess, strict as they were here.
okay,
Um,
not like super harsh on grammar.
They
Or what do you mean?
were.
Or just length? Or
Kind of both. Like it just wasn't like as complex. Like everyone everyone spoke English basically at the school. So it wasn't like we had to like do like extra work in it. Like it was like kind of it's probably more than like a second language in the US
yeah.
because it's English, but it was still like kind of that vibe.
Okay, that makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, because we were doing Spanish, but it was elementary, and we weren't
Yeah.
going to be asked to write like any sort of paper
And
unless that it was like maybe a paragraph.
yes, and I wouldn't say it was elementary because we still had to write papers, but it wasn't like as important or as difficult as an assignment as it would have been in French, if that makes sense. So when I got here, I feel like I didn't have like the complex words in English because I just never used them because just like talking with friends, I never did that.
Mhm.
So then I guess the grade or like level of my English paper wasn't as college level because I never used like the college more like professional terms in my writing. So, and the structure I think was a little bit wrong. So, I ended up working with the writing center at UNL for like the first semester or two of being here and they were so helpful. And it's funny looking back cuz like yeah, the paper that I wrote my freshman year versus like my final capstone of my senior year, like the evolution in my writing and just like the English language has really developed. So, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's great what those resources can do. Shout out to you for actually utilizing them.
Yeah, well, I was just so overwhelmed too. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I know how to write and I know that like I can do a good job, but it wasn't necessarily in the way that they were looking for me to do it in. So just like using those bigger words and
Mhm.
like just the formatting of it. So I definitely did take advantage of that, which was cool. But yeah, so I that was my life in Canada.
When you got down here, like early on, did you homesick at first? Were you able to find friends early? I don't know what it's like being a foreign student coming to middle of Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of both. So I actually didn't really know anyone at all when I came here. which was crazy because it was also all during COVID. So
Oh, you probably never got to visit them.
I never visit.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I never got to visit. I never met my teammates before coming here. I met the coaches virtually. So all of the touring and stuff that I had at the university was all done over Zoom and FaceTime. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it. I committed to coming here based on a FaceTime tour. And I moved to Nebraska for the first time with all my stuff. But it didn't take that long. So actually, this is kind of cool. So Genesis Gibson, one of my teammates, I actually did know her, not very well, but when I used to compete for the Canadian national team, she was competing for Team Ecuador. So we actually met back in 2018 in Colombia and then again in Argentina. So just like competing against each other. But we didn't talk that much. I mean, we like crossed paths and like we did the meet, but we at least like followed each other on Instagram. So I probably knew her or of her, I guess, the most. But no, overall, I feel like, well, when you're in the dorms and everything, you're living with your teammates and just different people at the athletic department. So I'd say the first 2 months or 2 weeks or so were like kind of tough with like, but we also, a lot of us were feeling very lost. So we all kind of bonded over that. But I definitely struggled with missing my family and missing home, especially coming out of COVID. Because honestly, I think it was still like pretty locked down back home. And then I came here, but because of like that lockdown situation, I was with my family like 24/7 for like a year. So that was probably the most time I've spent with my family too for like a really long time. So I was so used to being with them and doing everything with them.
I forgot Canada was pretty strict.
Yes.
With COVID, weren't they?
Yes, it was. And actually, it's kind of funny because my second day in Nebraska was the Garth Brooks concert at Memorial Stadium.
Oh, it's a great day. It'd be the second day in Nebraska.
It was a great day. And that was my first time seeing Memorial Stadium. It was in concert form, not football form. So that was my first time there. And yeah, the stadium was full. And in Canada, we were still wearing masks. So I was like,
Really?
yeah, it was crazy. So I sent a picture to my parents and they were kind of freaking out. They're like, wait, what? Like COVID just isn't a thing there? I was like, I guess not. We still had to do tests and stuff like once we got to season. But yeah, I'd say it was a lot more strict there, especially like when I was coming here still because it was still kind of a thing. It was like 2021.
It was more state to state here.
Yeah.
Like if I don't
like.
know if we would be able to have that concert in like California or Oregon, but Nebraska is like a bunch of small town farmers. They're just like, yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it was pretty chill. And yes, that concert was amazing. But that was so funny that was my first time ever at Memorial Stadium. That was, I mean, there were so many people in one place. And like, I mean,
I remember it because then they had alcohol sales too.
Mhm.
And I wasn't there, but I know they ran out of beers fast. And then they had to tell people like slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we can't give you 3 beers every time anymore.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was riot though. Because you were a country fan too, right? Like, did you know Garth Brooks heading into it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So honestly, one of the big reasons I came to Nebraska, maybe not big reasons, but I love country music. That's kind of like all I listen to. I love going to country concerts and I knew Nebraska had that.
It just surprised me from Canada. Like,
Does
there's
surprise
a
you?
lot of people in Canada love country music. Does it get like a Midwest feel to it almost?
I think it probably depends on where you're from or
Okay.
like what area. But like my dad's kind of grew up on a farm, like out in the country. So like his side of the family was very like that.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking you grew up in like a bigger city.
I wouldn't say it's huge. It's probably a little bit bigger than Lincoln. Actually, I have no idea.
Fair
Honestly,
enough.
I don't
Sorry
really
to cut
know.
off your point there.
No, that's okay. I don't really know at all. People ask me that all the time, and I'm just like, you know what? I actually don't know. But it's pretty chill. Like, it's not a huge city. I live like 45 minutes away from Toronto, and that's like the big city.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely not that vibe. And I knew that when I did come to the US, I didn't want to go to a big city. And I wanted it to be like more country vibes, kind of more like chill, laid back, nothing too crazy. Like if I was in like New York or something, that would just not work for me.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. Has Nebraska met those expectations so far now that you've been here? Well, you haven't left and you graduated.
I know.
so-
I decided to stay here after I graduated. So absolutely. And it's funny because I'm probably going to end up leaving this summer. And I keep getting notifications about different country concerts in the fall. And I'm already like, dang, like there's Zach Bryan's going to PBA this fall. And I
Yep.
just got that email today. And I was like, dang it.
He was performing in Memorial Stadium.
Is he really?
Or no, who is? I thought
Oh,
somebody
Zach
was.
Bryan.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Zach
So
Bryan's
that's
at Memorial. That's in
Yep.
April. so I'll probably be able to go to that one though.
Okay, so you always make that.
Yes, I'm gonna make as many as I can until I can't.
So is it a permanent leaving for the summer, or
uh,
do you not know yet? Is that all in the works?
it's in the works.
Okay,
We'll
you
see.
are at that point. We'll probably get to that somewhere in the show. That
Yeah.
you got a lot of irons in the fire, which is a good thing, but can also be a little bit
Yes.
stressful because you do have to make
Yes.
pretty life altering decisions, or at least can have significant impacts.
Yes. Gotta be a grown up and make some decisions, but that's okay. But yeah, no, I think that's probably one of my, I don't know, maybe like top 5 favorite things about living in Nebraska is the amount of country concerts that come here. Like, I'll text my sisters like, I'm going to see this person. I'm going to see this person, and they're just so jealous because I'm like, they don't go to Canada that often. Like they do, but if they do, it's Toronto, and it's super expensive because it's like one of the only places in the whole country that they'll perform. Versus, I'll go in like the middle of a field and I'll see like a good performer here in Lincoln.
Mhm.
So that's been very convenient for me.
Have you gone to like any of the county fairs? Like, because
No.
they'll do the Lancaster County Fair, and every now and then, like they'll actually book like a really good talent, and it's like a small 500,000 people maybe at most. But I know like my town population was 1,600, and we
Oh,
had some
okay.
pretty big people still show up at the county fairs.
Wow. Yeah, no, I actually haven't.
Check out the Lancaster before you
Mhm.
go. It's usually pretty fun. I don't. Are you into the rodeo and all that too, or no?
I've never been to a rodeo here. I have in Canada, actually. I don't know if you've heard of the Calgary Stampede before.
Yes.
I
Yes,
went to
have.
that last summer.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That was
I don't know if
really cool.
Lancaster's going to top that.
Yeah. No, that one was really cool, and I've never been to like a rodeo like that before,
Mhm.
and it was like the biggest one in the country. So that was crazy. I was definitely a fan, but it was very interesting.
It is
There's a lot
interesting.
going on.
It's nerve wracking. I wouldn't want to do it myself.
Yeah,
But it's fun to watch
definitely
from
not.
the sidelines. Anything you're going to really miss in Nebraska? Like, not country concerts, but
I was gonna say concerts. I really like the sense of community. So I feel like over my time here, I've made such a good, I guess, community, or just met so many great people that that is something that will definitely be hard to leave. And it's something that's so special and unique, I feel like, to Lincoln or just like Nebraska itself. So there's like the student athlete side of it and my
Mhm.
relationship with those people. But then there's also, honestly, one of my favorite, I guess, communities is what we have here at the Ticket. All the different people that work here and the people that they bring on their shows. It's just such a great group of people who really believe in the same kind of things and support each other and are there for each other. And it's just always such good energy. Like every once in a while, I'll just come here during the day and do work at the mill, like on the coffee shop side of things. And
I
the
know, it's
energy,
great.
yeah, the energy and stuff in here is just so great all the time.
It is really cool what they've done, and it helps when the athletes show up
Mhm.
and they show up here because it makes this place look cooler. But we are starting to get that. I know Luke, you've probably met him a few times.
Yes,
Luke's
yes.
phenomenal. He'll hook you up. They're closed right now, so you can't come now, but you can come tomorrow morning when they open again. But it's supposed to become a little bit of the spot for some of these coaches. I know the Louisville volleyball head
Mhm.
coach came down, and
Yeah.
Northwestern, their entire team came through yesterday or 2 days ago because they played the Husker women's
Mhm.
basketball team. And you get a lot of that same reaction. And to your point, the people that come through are great. We just got to see Neri again, which was a
Yes.
pleasant surprise.
Mhm.
You do just get to meet a lot of really cool people. It's crazy that were you there at the old studio?
A little
I
bit.
think you
with
were as a
Kinsey
guest.
Davis.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like how far? So you've been with the Ticket for a while.
Yes.
Not officially,
Not yes.
but you have seen a lot of the growth.
Yes. I used to live with Kinsey Davis. So when she had her show, I was on quite a bit. And then towards the end of it, she's like, "Do you just want to be my co-host and just do this all the time?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But like she was the one that really structured it and planned it. And I was just kind of like there chatting with her. So
Do you remember that first conversation of like, I don't know if I want to do that, or you're like, that sounds easy.
I
I'll
was
do it
like,
for an hour.
"Sure, I'll try it." And then it would be like, "Do you want to do it again?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then again, "Yeah, let's do it." And then it became a regular thing, especially because we lived together. We would just drive together. And we actually had this, I guess, little tradition that we would do because it was downtown, like O Street. Not
Yeah, it was
downtown.
across that Target.
Yeah, across the
48th and
Target.
O corner.
So what we would do is we both really loved Five Below. So we
Yeah.
would stop at Five Below before coming to the radio, and we would sometimes we'd get like random, just like fidget toys or whatever, but then we'd
Mhm.
always get like a candy, and then we'd eat the candy when we would do it, or like on the way home after the show. So that was like our thing.
That's a good tradition. Five Below. I don't care how old you get.
I
It's
love
always
it.
fun to go in there.
I love it, and that's another store that I'll miss. I guess that's another thing. The stores.
capitalism of America, just how overbearing, but at the same time, it's kind of wonderful.
Yes, so much variety, so many different things. Like Target, I love Target.
What's the equivalent of Target in Canada?
Walmart.
Oh, you guys just have a Walmart?
Yeah, we used to have a Target, but it didn't do very well apparently.
Really?
It only lasted a little bit. Yeah,
Everyone loves Target here.
I know.
I'm okay on it, but I know a lot of girls in particular because they do have some more decor options, more stuff to do than maybe at Walmart.
Yes. Oh, I'm a big fan of Target. So yeah, there's a lot of Canadians that just cross the border for a day, go to Target and go back.
Do you guys like have dollar stores? Like, okay, what's the equivalent of like a Dollar Tree?
We have Dollar Tree
Okay.
actually, but we also have another one. It's called Dollarama.
That's like
Same.
our Dollar General.
Yeah,
Okay.
same vibe. Yeah. Other than that, I love TJ Maxx, but we have like Marshalls,
Okay,
which
yeah.
is like same vibe.
Mhm.
We got that there. I love Trader Joe's.
You don't have one
We
in
don't
Canada?
have Trader Joe's. That's another one that people in Canada love, and we're just sad we don't have. But
That is a really nice one.
Mhm.
They got some unique items in there. With that being said, we are already close up to our first break here. I'll ask you one more thing, and then we'll go ahead and I'll let you throw it to break. With your family, when you came down here, was your family surprised you picked Nebraska, or were they kind of all on board? Like, that looks like a great, because again, like I'd imagine they would want to go on visits with you. Maybe not. Maybe they trust you completely. But again, through COVID, that's as parents, I'd imagine that's tough. Like my daughter can't even go and see what this place is like, and she's got to commit to going to another country and going to school for 4 years, maybe more, to get a degree.
yes, for sure. And I think that's why my parents' relationships with my coaches was so important. So like all the calls and everything that I did, my parents were always there with me because ultimately they just trusted my coaches and everything that they said I was going to be able to do, and all the resources that I had, because we didn't know how NCAA worked. We didn't know how the American school system worked.
Yeah.
So just so many different things. So we really trusted like everything that they said on those calls. We're like, okay, sounds legit. I think it makes sense. Let's do it, kind of thing. So yes, it was tough, and it's still always hard staying by just because I am so far, and it's not like there's a direct flight from home to get here either.
Yeah.
Like I know it's definitely closer than a lot of international students, but there's still that. But so when I first came here, my mom and my sister drove with me.
Oh, you guys drove?
Yeah, I drove. Well, my mom drove.
Well, I suppose you got to bring all the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
my mom was able to come and tour. So I think that was really helpful, like for at least like seeing what it was like.
Sure, the facilities made you feel pretty damn good about the decision once you kind of start walking around. Like, this place is
It
pretty
was
nice.
crazy. They don't have stuff like that back home. Like all their professional sports, like when Nuri was talking about it last week, the CFL is not like the NFL or even college football.
Yeah, and those Eagles Stadium in Texas that he mentioned, I think
Mhm.
their capacity was like more than any of the CFL stadiums that I could find. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the BCS Lions is more, but
Yeah, I don't know.
it was.
I don't think so.
It's kind of jaw dropping, and
It's-
again, kind of go back to that. We're a little spoiled over here. Sometimes I
Yes.
think we don't realize it.
It's crazy the amount of just, I guess, importance in sports in the US. So seeing all that and like all the resources that I had, they were like, okay, she should be taken care of. And like I've been in touch with them, I mean, ever since. So it's been good so far.
All right, what do we got on the next segment? What's on the slate? What do we want to
Ooh.
dive into here?
Yeah. So if you guys didn't hear about it, I was commentating Big Ten Network last weekend for the Nebraska versus Minnesota home meet. So I'm going to dive into what that was like. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You are listening to Be On the Routine with Emma Spence.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th. Are you coming? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G16518. 2,500 down with proof credit.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence. And for this segment, I want to talk about what last weekend was like for me. So I was the commentator for the Big Ten Network for the Nebraska versus Minnesota home meet for gymnastics.
Awesome.
It was crazy. So I've actually never ever commentated a gymnastics meet before.
Yeah, how'd this kind of come about? And then I want to dive into what it was like for that first time.
Yeah. So I actually don't know how they got my contact information, but basically like Big Ten Network headquarters emailed me and said like, "Hey Emma, we have a really great opportunity for you. If you're interested, like would love to set up a time to call." And I had no idea what that meant, but I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, let's do it." And basically she was like, "Are you still in Lincoln right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, well we heard that you have your radio show. Like we've been following you on social media and
Nice.
apparently they keep track of who does like well in interviews after meets and stuff." So they said that like they've been kind of like keeping an eye on the stuff that I've done.
And then you added a radio show in the mix, which
Yes.
probably looks good.
Yeah. So they reached out because of that basically. And they're like, "We think you'd be a good fit." And I was like, I mean, I could see that where you're coming from with that, but I've like never done this before.
Mhm.
They were like, "That's okay. Like you've done gymnastics your whole life. You probably know what you're talking about when you do it." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it. Like side quest. Why not?" Right. And I thought it would be cool. So they told me that probably like December-ish. I agreed to do it. And then they were like, there are all these like different steps that I had to do. So they're like, "All right, we're going to give you like a Big Ten Network like login so that you can study gymnastics meets and like rewatch them, just get to know the girls a little bit, know their routines, and just like listen to different people commentating the meets so that I guess had an idea of what to do." And just like following the girls, both of those teams, like all season so far. So I kind of had like homework with it. And then I had to do like some courses of like, they gave me a whole like document of how to be a commentator, basically. So they equipped me with like a lot of really, really helpful resources. So that was really great.
Was it overwhelming at first or was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was shaking so much. So I have this problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but I get stress rashes.
Oh, okay.
So like when I get nervous, like just like hives all over me. So I actually have this hack that I take like a Zyrtec, like an allergy thing.
Yeah.
And it helps with my stress rashes. So I actually had to do that before doing this. But it worked, I think. But it was so interesting because Minnesota is like one of our biggest competitors in the Big Ten. So I had to interview the coaches beforehand and interview some of the girls. I had to come up with the interview questions just so that like I had that inside scoop and just some extra information to talk about when I was commentating their routines.
Mhm.
Because like vault and bars are pretty quick, but the beam routines and the floor routines, those are like a minute and a half. And I had to talk about something. So I really had to gather information. So yeah, meeting with the Minnesota head coach was kind of funny because I was like, wow, like you used to be very intimidating and like she still was, but it's just a different side of things now.
Did you kind of recognize, like, was it, you get anybody that you used to compete with, like, be like, oh, this is cool?
Yes. Yeah. So one of the fifth years I was competing against for a long time. And the other girl that I interviewed was a Canadian Olympian for gymnastics. So I've known her for years. So that was really cool. I got to choose who to talk to. And I chose two girls that I kind of knew.
Of course.
Which helped a lot. Yes. And then just like, yeah, I was rewatching meets. I had a list in front of me. Like I had my notebook and I was just writing down different words that commentators were using to describe skills. Because I feel like the biggest thing for me is that I don't, a lot of athletes just like watch sports. I don't. I never done that and I still don't do that. And like including gymnastics, like during NCAA season, I never wanted to watch gymnastics because I felt like mentally burnt out from gymnastics. So I never really watched gymnastics like NCAA because that's not a thing in Canada really either. So I just never really did that unless I would like rewatch one of our meets. So I was just taking notes on different terms and phrases and words that they would use so that like I could go back to that. And I was also not really used to breaking down gymnastics either. Like my position was an on-air analyst and I had to really break down every routine, every skill. If it was good, why was it good? If it was bad, why was it bad? What could they have done differently? So I really had to break down everything that I was seeing. And I'm not used to doing that. Like in my head, I watch something, I'm like, oh, that was bad, that was good. And then I don't ever like
elaborate as to why. Because
Yeah.
you as an athlete just kind of know.
You just feel it, you just know. So that was very, I wouldn't say challenging, but like kind of. It was harder than I thought it would be. Because everyone was like, yeah, you know gymnastics. I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't know how to talk about gymnastics like that, So Luckily, I had a co-host. His name is Evan. He was on the Michigan gymnastics team for a long time, like years ago. And he does that pretty frequently. So he was very aware and knowledgeable of what he was doing, which was really helpful, having someone know what was going on and help me like through that whole process. Because if there were times where I guess he could tell that I was struggling a little bit or needed a little bit of support or whatever, like there was a moment where one of my good friends on the Nebraska team got hurt a little bit during a routine. And then we had like the headset on, and in the mics, the producer was like, all right, we're going to replay that in slow motion. And I'm like, I can't watch that again. So like I put my hands up, cover my eyes, and I looked at Evan. I was like, I can't. And then he covered that for me because I was like, I'm not watching that again. So it was really good having someone else there to kind of go back and forth with.
And Evan, he's been doing it for a while, hasn't he?
Mhm.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
nice to have a pro with you that kind of
Exactly.
knows
Yes.
the routine. Because
Mhm.
the first time through anything, you can't expect perfection.
And that, yes. And that was the biggest thing. I was like, okay, guys, like I've never done this before, not even like Big 10 plus. And I'm going live on TV. Like, are you really sure this is a good idea? And they were like, yeah, no, if you do the radio. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. The radio, I'm just talking. I forget that I'm talking to people sometimes, you know? But at the meet, like obviously there's a lot of parents and just family members watching them from back home. So I was just like, oh my goodness. But
Were the names tough at all? Or did you not have to rattle off a ton of names on there? So
I
that'd be the part
didn't.
I'd always stress out about.
Yes. So that's what Evan did actually,
Okay,
which
that's
was
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So he did a really good job at just, all right, this person's going up last week. She got this. She does a routine. And then Emma, what did you think? So it was very like I was breaking down the gymnastics and he was doing more of like that. I don't know what you'd call that, regular stuff, but like he really helped me with
You're
the
essentially the
gymnastics
color
stuff, too.
commentator.
Yes. Yeah. That was,
And he was the not play by play in
Yeah.
gymnastics. Well, I don't know what you'd call it, but
yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, it was interesting because I had to study quite a bit last week and just watch so much gymnastics, which I haven't done since like when I was on the team and maybe even not that much.
did it make you miss it at all? Or were you-
Kind of.
Okay.
But I also did not wish I could do it. Like I was glad that not glad that I wasn't in that situation, but I didn't miss it enough to want to do it. But I was just like, oh yeah, that was cool. Like when they did the march out,
Mhm.
it was like that was always a really cool feeling. And you know, all the little girls in the crowd and just like all that stuff is always really cool. And like I did love the adrenaline rush and everything competing, but not enough to wish I was still doing it.
What was more stressful, competing or calling the
Mm.
gym meet?
The first half of the calling. So at the very beginning, we had to do like an on camera, like TV, like I was in the video.
Mhm.
Like I had to stand there with the mic, like the Big 10 mic and the bright lights in my face. And I had
And
to
your
talk.
family you knew was probably all watching?
No.
Okay.
So actually they didn't have it in Canada. So they sent me the recording after to send to them.
That's
so
right.
they're going to be able to watch it. But I had to stand there and talk in front of the bright lights. That was so scary. I don't think you could tell on the video, but like my hand was shaking the whole time holding the mic. And like, if you know me enough, like you could just tell I was nervous. Like a regular person would probably like, she's probably fine up there, but I was not fine. I was shaking and I was just trying to remember everything because I had to basically like we did that little intro and then Evan's like, okay, what are we looking for today? Like, what are the coaches looking to do? Because we interviewed the coaches. So I had to talk about what the coaches told me and what we're like expecting to see out there. So just making sure that I didn't mess that up because I didn't want that to look bad on the coaches either. Like, oh, this coach told me this and they actually didn't. So I was like very locked in on trying to remember that. But the first two events, I would say I was probably pretty slow and just like cautious with how I was talking about what the routines were like and stuff. But I'd say the last two events, I felt a lot more comfortable. So I guess it depends. The first probably hour or so of that was very stressful for me. And especially because like I've never done it. I'm doing it on live TV.
Yeah, a lot at first.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, no way this is happening. But I actually made a TikTok. I'm going to have to post it. But the very beginning of it was like, come with me today to go do something I've never done before on live television. And then I vlogged my day. But I don't know. With gym and competing, it really depended on the event too. Like if I was competing floor versus like beam, like I really did not like competing beam. I got so nervous. But like floor was kind of fun. So it really just depended. But yeah, it was very interesting. Just like also being kind of neutral and like not biased to the Nebraska team because I knew them so well. So the producers were like, you can't wear red, white, gold, maroon. Like I couldn't wear any of the university colors, so I wore like green. Like, why not, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So just making sure that I wasn't over highlighting or just like talking in detail too much about the Nebraska team and not the Minnesota team. So making sure that I was balancing that out was interesting. But there ended up being a huge upset. Nebraska beat Minnesota. Minnesota's ranked number 14 last week. So
You had to keep that excitement inside.
yes. And it was so close at the very end. Like it was gonna go either way. Like it wasn't like a guaranteed win. It like really came down to those last routines on the last event.
Mhm.
So I think it was really good for the crowd engagement too. Like everyone kind of wanted to see what happened or what was happening or what would happen. So the energy in there was really cool. And it was really great being able to like watch all that happen. But yeah, at the end, I couldn't just like celebrate. I had to, keep it in and like, thanks for listening, whatever. But yeah, it was a really, really great day for the Huskers. And Nia ended up winning Beam. Isabel Sycon won all around. So we had some individual titles. And yeah, overall, it was a really good experience at the end of the day. But yeah, going into it, I was definitely very nervous. And it was funny because I'm walking around with an energy drink. They're like, "Are you sure you need the energy drink?" I'm like, I honestly don't know. Like I was debating between like a calming drink or an energy drink. Like I talked to my sister. She's like, just mix different things together. And I'm like, hey, I probably shouldn't be doing that. But I was so nervous. And then yeah, after like, I don't know, a couple sips of my drink, I was like shaking. I was like, okay, I can't be drinking an Alani right now.
Yeah, I don't know why. I made that same mistake too. Early in this job, like I just drink a ton of coffee.
Yeah.
And I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you want to take pictures for us after the show? And my hands would just be like shaking and I couldn't get a non-blurry photo.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful what you're consuming. Is that a new door that you're thinking about kicking open, that you want to maybe do this as a real career, or what's your mind on it?
I don't know if I would do it as a real career, but I like it as a side quest. Like I would do it as another side quest.
Elaborate on side quest.
Just like a side thing to do. Like
Right.
not a real thing. Like I feel like I have so many different side quests that I do. Like my friends make fun of me a lot for it. Well, not even make fun, but it's just something funny. Like I'm always doing something random or interesting on the side. And I feel like that was one of them. I would do it again. I don't know if I would do it like as like a career, or at least I'm not as comfortable enough to do that yet. But I like doing it for fun on the side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if everything went well, you might get some more opportunities. So we'll see what that turns into.
And it was nice because actually earlier today, one of the people that work for Big Ten called me and she gave me feedback. So she was telling me like the things that she noticed I could have done better on and like what to know for next time. Like, how would you describe this better, or like whatever. Like she gave me some really good feedback. So I'm like, okay, if I were to do it again, I think I would feel a lot more comfortable than I did the first time, especially based on like how the second half of the meet was so much more, I guess I was more confident in what I was saying.
Yeah, relaxed.
Yes. And it was also funny because one of my best friends, Genesis, she was watching from back home on TV and she was giving me like tips after every rotation. So like first event was done and she was like, what you're saying is really good, but make sure you sound a little bit more confident. Like you're saying the right things, but say it with like more assertiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the second event, she's like, all right, you're doing a little bit better, but you can still be more confident. Like, you know what you're talking about. Believe that. And then like after the third, she's like, there you go. Keep doing that. I don't know if you can tell a difference, but that's what you need to keep doing.
Oh, that's awesome that she was like coaching you live through it.
Yes. That was so helpful for me because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I didn't know what to expect. So that was definitely helpful.
It's great to have the instant feedback though. Because again, like when you're out there by yourself, you can't really tell how it's going until after the result and you go back and watch the tape. So shout out Genesis. I know she's been on the show a couple of times as well.
Yes, for sure. And yeah, one more thing to add is that Nebraska is actually competing again this weekend. This Saturday, it's going to be versus Ohio State at Bob Devaney at 3 p.m. Central. So you guys are going to want to be there, especially after the upset last weekend. The energy in there is going to be really great, and the Huskers are going to need your support. So
how's Ohio State this year? Are they pretty solid?
Honestly, I don't know that much. I think they're probably, I don't know. Last year they were really good. So I actually don't know. But I mean, after that upset, people were really thinking Minnesota was going to like sweep Nebraska, and they didn't. So
currently they are 2-0 in conference play.
Okay.
So
So
looking
it
pretty
could
good
be-
early. Right. We don't really know yet,
Mhm.
but they're solid. It'll be a good look.
Yeah,
Nonetheless.
could be a good one. So you guys show up. I'll be there Saturday at 3 p.m. at Devaney. But That's all for this segment. We'll be back. You're listening to Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. Snow possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see cloudy skies with calm winds and a high near 24. Tonight, a slight chance of snow. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies, a low around 11. And tomorrow, a continued slight chance of snow. Otherwise, probably sunny skies, be breezy and cold. A high near 17. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln. Before I bring Andy on, we want to wish you joy, success, and good health in 2026. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie. And by the way, that was well said.
Andy, I know you want to kick off 2026 with a bang. What's going on at the dealership?
We got a lot going on here, Charlie. We have incredible savings on every new remaining 2025, New Year savings on every new 2026, special low long-term financing, and special lease rates. The biggest news is we have more than 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from.
How about pre-owned?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas right now, with prices starting at under $10,000, and we have special low rates.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
So as women, we're so hard on ourselves, and I just wanted a simple way to feel confident again and to feel like me again. And the Spectrum 7 at Max Tan gave me that little spark back, and can also give it to you too. A full body light that makes my skin and my spirit feel brighter.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take Dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And and electrical.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Back to Beyond the Routine with Spence on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
Welcome back to Beyond the Routine. I'm your host, Emma Spence. And for this last segment, guys, I found this quote the other day. I think it was on Instagram. I don't really know. But it was, honestly, it might have been TikTok. But it was like this girl, and she was basically saying, like, why am I living like everything is an emergency? And I saw that, and I was like, that is so real, because I don't know about you guys, but I am such a busy person, but like, it's a choice. I like having a bunch of different things on my plate, and I like I mentioned, I like doing all the little side quests and just staying busy. And I don't know if that's like the athlete side of things and just what I'm used to, but once I saw that, it made me reflect on just everything that I do. And I'm like, that is so accurate. Like, it's always one thing to the next. I don't know whether it's rushing to eat breakfast and then get dressed, get out of the house, or rushing through dishes or cleaning, whatever it is. I'm just always trying to zoom through it. And it was so real. It's like, yeah, why am I pretending like every single thing in my life is an emergency?
Especially when you have control over it.
Exactly. Like, why am I speed cleaning the dishes? And like, there is no need for that. It's the end of the day. It's time to unwind. But it's just like always go, go, go. So that was a really great reminder for me of like really, really slowing things down, one thing at a time, not rushing, being present, being in the moment. I don't know. Do you ever find yourself in those situations, or is that just a me thing?
Yeah, like it'll definitely happen. I think most people do. And then you kind of get into a habit of complaining. Like I've sure everyone's had people that have a coworker who maybe they like, but that coworker, I'm not saying this ticket's great. I'm not talking about this job right here, but other places I've been, you have that person that they complain every single day. It's like, I got this going on. This job sucks. It's like, well, A, you don't have to work here. So you control that. You can do something else. And B, like no one's telling you to go put all these things on your calendar. You're doing this to yourself. If you really don't like doing all these things, cut some things out or do it earlier in the day. We just like to make things harder and then complain about it when they start getting difficult.
True. That is a good point. And yeah, that is actually a really good point. And I just feel like, I don't know. It's just like I put so many different things on my plate because I think it's going to be fun. And then all of a sudden it's just like not fun. And then I'm just running around doing everything. And then it's like, I'm a big procrastinator as well. So I will wait until last minute to start getting ready to get out of the house. And then I'm rushing to get ready, rushing to get out of the house. And then I feel like, you know, stuck in traffic, and you feel like that rush of like, I need to be going faster. I'm going to be late.
Yeah. Then the road rage starts creeping in a little bit.
And it's all, I'm doing it all to myself. That is a really good point. And I feel like a lot of people do that.
Well, it's probably for you as an athlete though. I know you kind of mentioned it, but you're used to that grind.
Yeah.
It's like I need to be busy all the time.
That's what I'm wondering. That's the biggest thing. I put Post-its all over my apartment the other day saying deep breath, because I just, little reminders to slow down, be present, be in the moment. So I've got them like in my kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, in my car, like just everywhere, like reminders to just take a deep breath and chill and slow down. So
that goes for everyone, all our ticket listeners.
Exactly. I was going to say, if you guys need help with that, put little Post-its around. It's definitely been helpful. I'll update you next week on how it's helped me, maybe even a little bit more. But on that note, that's a wrap on tonight's show. You guys were listening to Beyond the Routine with Emma Spence.